Live from Wisconsin, virtual Wisconsin that is, the QuickTime iRacing League is back for more 410 sprint car action. The first 2 weeks of the season were dominated by Aiden Forster. Will tonight continue that trend? You are watching the SweetTCrochets QuickTime iRacing League, the Badger Bash from Cedar Lake. It is a doubleheader this evening. I am Keelan Belsha, joined by Charlie Byer. Charlie, how are we feeling about the action tonight? Cedar Lake, a technical racetrack. It's not your Volusia where you can hold it wide open all the way around. It's going to be different today. What do you think the challenges will be, and do we think Aiden Forster can stay perfect?
Keelan, it's great to be here, and yeah, you mentioned it's a whole different ballgame. We had 4 points-paying races to open the season at Volusia Speedway. I think a lot of drivers towards the end of that were ready to pack it up and get to a bit more of a technical track, and this is the place to be. If you want to look for lines, if you want to look for lifting, all that different stuff, it's here at the Cedar Lake Speedway, just north of me, actually, in Wisconsin, a bit more local. But I expect a lot of excitement tonight through the mid-pack. In the first 4 races, we saw a lot of action, especially up front. Aiden Forster was able to take it home all 4 of those races, and a hungry Jack Young and a few others are looking to challenge him tonight. So I do expect a lot of excitement here at a little bit of a tighter racetrack.
Yeah, so far we have 7 drivers on the first race of the doubleheader tonight that have answered the call about an hour earlier than we have been starting the last 2 weeks. So maybe not expecting too many in the day program here, but we will expect a little bit more in the second race of the night. Aiden Forster, he has been the class of the field. He has been dominant this season. We will see if anybody can challenge him this evening. Aiden Kirker currently sits on top of the board here in qualifying, as Tyler No just takes that spot from him now as we bring in our ticker this evening and get ready for the action. Andrew May in that 31 car running a lap time, seeing where he can place his number 31 machine, a guy who had some speed in the Gator Nationals and ended up finishing the Gator Nationals in the 4th position overall. As he wraps up his lap time, coming to finish lap number 2 right here, Andrew May. 1/1000th of a second. He's going to get Aiden Forster for our Blaze Designs QuickTime Award, unless Judd Muner has anything to say about that. Finally, we're going to have a new QuickTime Award winner, as Aiden Forster took the first 4, and Andrew May by 1/1000th of a second. We're already in qualifying in the excitements here, Charlie.
It doesn't get much closer than that. 1/1000th of a second, Andrew May just barely beats out Aiden Forster. We've got about 6 cars. Yeah, we do have 6 cars putting up laps right now, so I'm interested to see if we get one heat race or any heat races at all if we just skip right to the features, since this is pretty much the full field if we don't get any new drivers in the next minute and a half. But yeah, it's pretty close at the top. That top 4 is only 800ths of a second separated. So Keelan, and I think we're getting ready to go here. It's going to be a close one.
Yeah, I'm not completely sure how iRacing is going to want to set up the heat races and whatnot here. This is just 7 cars. This is the smallest field we have gotten in quite a while. I'd have to think back to the season 1 days for that. But these doubleheaders, that's what it'll give you, and the points format will reward the drivers who are here and who have made a majority of the races this season, which is pretty much everybody but Aiden Kirker, who is making his 2nd start of the season. And this is an opportunity for some guys to get up there, get good points, because the higher up you finish, the more points you get, and it's hard to finish very low when there's not too many guys in the field this evening. So we will see what could come with the race this evening. And a new QuickTime Award winner with Andrew May. He's going to take the Blaze Designs QuickTime Award tonight as 12 seconds remain in tonight's qualifying session. It was an 11.851 for Andrew May and an 11.852 for Aiden Forster, an 11.911 for Tyler No in 14. In 3rd, Aiden Kirker, 2/100ths off him. In 4th, Jack Young back there in the 5th position. And I do believe we're going to get a heat and this heat is going to include everybody in the field. So your qualifying lap no longer matters, and it's up to your heat race right here to determine where you're going to start for the 25 lapper.
So I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad we got it. It's actually going to be interesting since we have a full field. I guess we can consider this the USA Roller Coasters qualifying race instead of the heat race, because this really determines the qualifying order for the whole field for the feature event. So got some cars grading up here. We're going to get ready to go shortly.
Looking at 5 cars here to take the heat start, qualifying race start here in the USA Roller Coasters qualifying race. Andrew May, Aiden Forster, your front row. Tyler No, Aiden Kirker, row 2. Jack Young in the 10 car, rounding out the field back there. So, never quite had anything like this, Charlie. I'm intrigued. It's gonna be different.
It's gonna be different, but there's gonna be no lack of racing, even with a decreased car count, because these are some hard races right here. When you think of the name Aiden Forster, Andrew May, Aiden Kirker, Tyler No, these drivers who we've seen over the last 4 races to start the season, these guys are hard racers. They're going to take every inch they get. The drivers that may be hanging towards the back on a regular weekend are now up towards the front because of the decreased car count. So it's an opportunity for these guys, and it's going to be a good one.
Andrew May going to lead us to the green alongside Aiden Forster in that 20 car here for the USA Roller Coasters qualifier. We are underway. Everybody hitting wheelies back there as Andrew May on the tires. He's in trouble. And the 31 car, not what he wanted to start this race doing, as that gives Aiden Forster the lead right when we thought somebody could contend with that 20 car. Andrew May, I've never quite seen him fumble like that.
Yeah, right off the start, got down into those tires that were kind of hanging halfway above ground. So now our top 2 has separated itself from the rest of the pack. That's Aiden Forster up front and Aiden Kirker behind. The 2 Aidens going at it for the USA Roller Coasters heat race win. Aiden's holding pretty strong. We're going to come down to 5 laps to go. We'll see what he can do.
Yeah, the 2 Aidens and the 2 Icemen, their birthday also only separated by about a week. So these guys are copy-pasting each other, really, in their lives. As there you see Andrew May in a 31. Bringing up the tail right now. Not a sight to get used to seeing with that 31, as they are side-by-side for this 3rd position. That's Young and No.
Yeah, it's definitely an opportunity that Aiden didn't want to fumble, because when you qualify ahead of the driver that's purely dominated the first 4 races, you certainly don't want to pass that up. And obviously, a bit of a fumble doesn't set him too far back, though, with only 5 cars making the feature event. But your race leader, Aiden Forster, on the other side of the track, is going to come and take the white flag.
Aiden Forster, tailed by Aiden Kirker in that 17 machine, takes the white flag. Going to get through 3 and 4 for the final time, as Aiden Forster will take the qualifying race victory. Yet to lose this season. And oh my goodness. Just saw somebody fly way back there. So they're going to get a 10-minute warm-up here to run the track in. Wonder if they will take the opportunity presented and do it. And I do believe...
I think you could get a little bit of you could brush off the track with just 5 cars. It doesn't take a whole lot. We'll see if these guys take advantage of that, however, but it's certainly possible with 5 cars. We'll see which drivers try to search around the lines after the heat race to see what's fast. That might work for the feature.
Jack Young in the 10 car, who we look at right there. Gonna run some laps. It's an opportunity for these guys who ran up front with Forster, but we come to a brand new racetrack tonight. Maybe we'll see if Forster was just really good at Volusia, or if he really was that good at every track we went to.
Just in general, I'd say that heat race certainly was a sentence for that, or for his case there. Looks like it kind of looks to me like the top line seems to be the fastest. That looks like what Aiden Forster was hanging around the whole race. See, drivers are kind of starting to push it up a little bit.
Yeah, and I don't believe that will change this evening. The top seems to be the way to go, and with only at max only 7 cars here, but I do believe it's going to be a 5-car race here. I don't think the track will get worn in as much as we've seen at Volusia.
Oh, man.
So I believe the top.
Just got a camera taken out there.
Yeah, and there goes Jack Young landing right in front of us. So
Wisconsin does have a pretty rich aviation history, so we've seen a few cars flying so far.
I knew you would know about that. You're the aviation guy of QuickTime, so it's good that you're here to educate us on that. What is their history in aviation?
They do have just about 4-ish hours down the road, pretty much across the state, a little bit south of Green Bay. There's Oshkosh, which has probably, I'd say, about a top 3 biggest aviation events in history. The EAA Air Venture. A lot of people from across the nation. It's a week-long event. I'm actually going for my first time this year. I'm excited to be there, but it's just a great environment for a lot of people all over the country to fly in their own little planes and park them and spend the week. Some cool stuff down there. So a lot of big stuff in aviation. There's also military practices. Some zones in the states that they cut out and have prohibited airspace for military testing, stuff like that. So a lot of aviation going on. Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of just military fighter jet zones, operating zones. I mean, these cars got wings on them. It's pretty. I guess it's pretty fitting.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, I would say so. Think next step for Wisconsin, they need to start launching rockets up there. What do you think?
Oh man, they got Lake Michigan though.
Lake Michigan.
Yeah, because typically,
you need water.
Rockets are launched overseas. Yeah.
That's a good idea actually, because if something goes wrong, you don't.
As long as Michigan's okay with it, because unless other than that, I think Florida or Texas is the way to go for that.
Maybe California.
Yeah.
If they want to go that way. And I don't know if you can shoot rockets counterclockwise though.
Oh, you can.
Because
typically, I mean, usually it's more efficient to shoot them eastward.
How's that work?
Part of me wants to say the rotation of the Earth, and part of me just wants to say that's the direction they picked in the 1900s, and that's the direction that everything. That's just kind of the underlying rule. That's what they've all stuck with.
It's stuck from them.
I think so. That might be the better answer. I don't think it has anything to... I was going to say the Earth's rotation, but I don't know.
I mean, that sounds right, but...
It sounds like it would be the right answer. That's right.
But, it's just one of those things that make you scratch your head for a second, and... Because it's like, unless you're really well educated on rockets, you're never going to know the answer,
Not really going to know. Google should do the trick, though.
Yeah, I'm sure they can answer it for us. That's no fun. I like trying to be a free thinker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it could be the same reason why we're turning left right now. It's just kind of the direction that oval racing has stuck onto forever.
Yeah. I mean, the cars are built to turn left. Like, think of these sprint cars. They don't turn right.
Oh no, not unless you're. Actually, there's not really an unless. They kind of just always turn right.
They
turn right, you're not doing something right. I mean, turn right to go left, but direction right. I think you're making a bit of a mistake there.
Yeah, it's not gonna work whatsoever, in my humble and honest opinion. I wonder about in Australia though. They got sprint cars down in Australia. You think they turn right? Because it's upside down there,
Well, it doesn't. It's the thing where toilets.
Yeah, they spin the other way. Right.
Huh. I wonder if that.
You think that's a thing down in Australia too?
I don't know, man.
Is that a true fact, by the way? I'm not sure.
It's one of those things. It's one of those things where. Let me look this theory. Do toilets flush the other way in Australia?
Here's what I found.
Water rotating, it's a myth.
Oh.
Wow, despite the Coriolis effect, which...
What is the Coriolis effect?
Oh man, I took a class that mentioned that we had a quiz on it, but I forgot.
You had a whole quiz?
Toilets don't toilets. Yeah, it was a geography class. Despite the Coriolis effect, toilets don't flush backwards in Australia.
Wow.
Wow, that's something that... Dang, that's a pretty big thing that people just kind of know or knew.
I always thought it went that way.
Yeah.
Do you hear the fly on our wall watching TV right now?
Yeah.
Huh. At least he turned his TV down for us. That was nice. To all the viewers, we are still sprint car racing in about 2 minutes. we got a little sidetracked talking about rockets and Australian toilets, but we are back. 2 minutes to go.
Australia is. I think Australia's got to be, at least for me, a top place that I think I want to go to.
What would you do up there? Go to the Opera House or something?
Well, I don't know, because I feel like a lot of Australians love the United States.
Right. There's a lot of we actually got several Australians signing up in QuickTime, and one of them tonight, if he does race, is Judd Muner. So maybe he could educate us on sprint cars down there. I'm pretty sure they go left.
I'm pretty sure. I've seen videos of Kyle Larson racing down there, and they are racing midgets at least, and they turn left.
Yeah. So they don't
but I just feel like,
yeah.
I think a lot of Australians like the United States. This is just my own observation, which could be completely false.
And the Europeans hate it.
Yeah.
But they don't have sprint car racing, so.
They don't have sprint car racing. They've got their own kind of version of NASCAR and the Australian supercars. Those are a lot of fun to watch.
I've never seen them.
I watched a season of them. I watched one season, the season before Scott McLaughlin went to IndyCar, and that's why he's my favorite IndyCar driver. It's good stuff. It's just kind of hard to catch. Yeah, I wonder if who did you mention was in Australia?
Judd Muner, if he races tonight.
If you can hear us, let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Would you go to Australia, Kian?
I don't know. It would depend what I'm doing down there. I've heard those kangaroos down there are like really aggressive though. Like I've seen videos of like kangaroos boxing humans and like stealing dogs and stuff. Like I wouldn't want to be a victim of that.
Stealing dogs?
Yeah, you've never seen those videos like kangaroos? They like take people's pets and they like try holding them underwater and everything, and then the human has to go out there and rescue it.
They're kidnapping. They're kidnappers?
Yeah, basically. I mean, I guess it's like animal instinct. Like the easiest way to like kill prey is like maybe to drown it or something. But they've tried doing it with dogs, and I'm like, dude.
I've heard pretty malicious things about dolphins, but I've never heard anything that bad about kangaroos.
You've never seen those videos?
Never, man. I mean, maybe I've been oblivious to this thing that happened in Australia. Aside from the Australia talk, we are officially gridding for our feature race, Keelan.
Gonna be 40 laps here in the first Cedar Lake. That was not changed from the most recent midget race we ran, so this is gonna be a 40 lapper. And if we had more than 5 cars, I would consider that an issue, but I think they'll be fine this evening.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a green checkered run here. What do you think?
I think so. It'll be it's definitely possible. I'm looking at the names here. I think these are a group of good drivers that could certainly do that. On the pole is the number 20 of Aiden Forrester. So we'll see if he's challenged tonight, or if he. I think Aiden gave him a pretty good fight at the beginning of the heat race, so I think that we're in for a good show.
And I also saw in that warm-up session that guy starting back in 5th, Andrew May and Aiden Forster, they were trading slide jobs. I don't know if Forster was, was letting up to make it easier on him, or if May actually had some speed to contend. Ooh, I'm sorry, hiccups scare me. We'll see if he can contend with them. As Aiden Forster and Aiden Kirk are going to bring us to the green. That top line entering turn 3 a little bit slicked off, and wonder if there will be moisture there for the
This
future
is race control. Why is there 40 laps?
We've already explained that. Green flag in the air. We are underway in the feature race. Aiden Forster and Aiden Kirk are contact off the initial start. And another contact, and Kirker
into the wall.
is upside down. No yellow.
No yellow so far, but that is unfortunate.
Oh, there it is.
For the driver starting. So there it is.
Caution is out. And not the start Aiden Kirker wanted.
Definitely not.
Not what I expected with this field this evening. I thought we would get off the gates pretty
This is race control. Nobody knows how many laps to run.
Run 40. There is 40 scheduled. Just run them.
And they have said they can't make it 40 laps on fuel.
Do 25.
Okay.
As we get a replay of what happened here to Aiden Kirker, he drove down into Forster right there. There was a bit of contact, and then he got stuck 3 wide, tried to pinch Jack Young up there.
Man, that was a good opportunity for Aiden to get to the outside of Forster there. Unfortunately, unfortunately just caught his tire and pretty much seized all of his momentum that he had to try to exit with. And there were 3 wide come off the corner. It just looked like Aiden didn't see Jack Young up top, but. Well, this is now down to a 4-horse race. Forster up front, No in second, May in third, gained 2 spots on the initial start. Jack Young will be starting in 4th. Coming to the green?
Should be. They will be racing to lap 25 if they cannot make it on fuel to 40. Aiden Forster will bring them to the green. Tyler No right behind him, Andrew May, and Jack Young as the green flag is back in the air.
This is race control. Due to that caution, they can make it on 40 now. So they're going to run 40.
Race control seems to not be able to make up his mind, Charlie.
So one guy who's made up his mind to try to get to the front is Andrew May to the outside of Tyler No. He's going to take the 2nd spot. Now his eyes are set on Aiden Forster to try to take a win here. Aiden sticking on the bottom so far. Not what we discussed. Not what we thought would happen early in the race, but here comes Andrew May with SweetTCrochets on his front wing.
Yeah, I think all those laps that these guys ran in that warm-up session has maybe slicked off the top, made the bottom faster. As there you see Forster go up top. Andrew May sticking true to the bottom right behind him. We'll see if he'll have a run for Forster in that 20 car.
4 cars still pretty close together, all within a straightaway with each other after 6 laps of racing. Aiden Forster has moved all the way up to the top line, and Andrew May is searching for a little bit more or something different to try to catch up. We're approaching just a 4th of the way through this race. Andrew with a bit of tire scratch on the wall.
Clip the wall right there as Tyler No and Jack Young on top of each other for the 3rd position right now. These guys pretty evenly spread out, about 4/10 in between the leaders and about 4/10 back to 3rd. So we'll see if they battle for 3rd here. As there you see Tyler No, Jack Young. They get close together for a second, but not quite going to be able to make a move is Jack Young in that 10.
Spread out just a little bit for that front spot. Ever since Aiden Forster took to the top, he has licked the stamp and sent himself away from the field. But see what Andrew May can do here. But the battle right now is for 3rd and 4th.
Tyler No and Jack Young battling it out for the 3rd position right there. It's the 14 and the 10. 2 guys who have made the call for every race so far this season. Jack Young finished 3rd overall in the Gator Nationals these past 2 weeks. Tyler No in the 14. Riding on board with him. I believe he was just missed the Tyler Noe just missed the 5th position to Anthony Woodhull at the end of the Gator Nationals. 6th isn't bad though. He'll definitely take that. Had a good run in the midget series this past Thursday as well. Started way back in 9th, charged all the way up to 2nd by the time that race was over.
A pretty decent spot. I have to compliment his paint scheme. Tyler No, running the Tony Stewart car. Bit of a childhood hero of mine. So really sitting in the 3rd spot. I don't think the gap has fluctuated too much from 2nd to 1st. I think AJMA is kind of stalled out, approaching the 1 second mark. But Aiden Forrester is certainly pushing his car all the way up to the top, touching the boards almost. You can see he's really pushing it, maybe having some fun out there up front.
And this could be him studying for that 2nd race this evening, as that 2nd race, possibly more cars showing up and trying to learn the racetrack. And I don't know how different it'll be going from day to night, but maybe a little bit of a change. Learning the top out right now, and he's got all the time in the world really, as his only competition is Andrew May, who is sitting steady about 8/10 behind him.
Approaching the halfway point here at Cedar Lake Speedway. You notice the difference in lines right now between Andrew May and Aiden Forrester. Forrester's really, really pushing his car all the way up towards the fence. Andrew's just kind of trying to search for something different that could potentially be just a little bit faster. The gap is over a second now, and also another gap from 2nd to 3rd, about a second. I'd say 3rd or 4th, they're still racing pretty hard back there.
Yeah, Noe has lost that 3rd spot to Jack Young and sits about 7/10 behind him right now. 3 former teammates running 1, 2, 3 right now, and at 20, 31, and 10. 3 guys who had all run under the MFK Speed Lab banner for a good while. And that's where they got their starting QuickTime. That's where Andrew May continued to dominate the series for a good while. And Aiden Forster no longer a part of that team, and the other 2 now running for Brent Mark Sim Racing. So MFK Speed Lab, no more. But they still have a Discord server they like to race in together.
Good. Keeping in contact with your old teammates is good.
Yeah, they're still pretty good friends as far as I'm concerned, and I think QuickTime returning helped that friendship continue. May losing about a 10th, not quite a 10th, but he has not quite a 10th per lap, but he is losing time on that 20 car, as nobody has been able to catch that 20 to this point, and he is the best driver in the world on iRacing right now as far as dirt sprint cars. He is the defending champion in the World of Outlaws sprint cars on iRacing, so he is a guy who definitely knows his way around the racetrack, and we didn't know if here in QuickTime it was just Volusia luck, or if another racetrack could bring an Achilles heel to him, and somebody like Garrett Holsey or Andrew May. And so far to this point, it has been all Aiden Forster. Looking like with just 10 to go, he's going to try to lead every circuit this evening. But Andrew May has gained about a 10th and a half, maybe 2/10. So he's trying not to make this race over already, as he may have found something in that 31. He has reeled in, almost cutting it to under a second. We'll see if that 31 has a shot coming to 8 to go.
Yeah, we'll see what it amounts to. Just under a second now, but Aiden Forrester swept the SRL Gator Nationals and is looking to sweep a doubleheader. That'll be pretty amazing if he is able to get that done. All the way up to the high line, Andrew May searching about the middle to the bottom, 8/10 of a second back as they approach 6 laps to go.
You can see him spread out here as they go into turn number 1. See the different lines. Andrew May right there in the gray slick going into that corner. Aiden Forster ripping the top as that gap has settled at about 8 to 9/10. Looks like coming off the corner, May has a bit of momentum. He may have a shot here. I just don't think there's enough laps for him to get there. But that 31 definitely has speed, and he may have found something for this upcoming race.
Yeah, he's hanging out around the same spot. Yeah, actually, you can see the distance shrinking between the first and second car. This is definitely information that will be carried over to the second race of tonight. The night race, we'll actually see how the nighttime cooler temperatures affects the racetrack as well. But they're going to approach 6 laps to go. I don't know if it's enough for Andrew May,
Oh,
but
Forster
Aiden Forster's
fence.
up into the wall.
Yeah,
Just taking 2 laps to go.
Forster hit the fence with 2 to go, and that has allowed Andrew May to cut the gap to under half a second. But as they take the white flag, maybe too little too late for that 31 car, as Aiden Forster looking to make it 5 in a row here in the QuickTime iRacing League. Aiden Forster going to power it off the final corner, and he's going to win 5 in a row in the QuickTime Sprint Car Series as he takes the first half of the Badger Bash here from Cedar Lake.
Pretty intense there at the end with that wall hit, a bit of a wheel slap on the wall. He's able to cut that gap down to just half a second, but ultimately it was not enough. Aiden Forster wins race 1 of 2 for tonight.
Aiden Forster back to victory lane, his 5th in a row. As we take a look at our results from the first race, Aiden Forster does get the win. Andrew May almost had enough laps to make something happen there, just over 6/10 behind Aiden Forster for second. Jack Young, Tyler Noe, Aiden Kirker, he made the call for the feature, had the lap 1 incident. Anthony Woodhull and Judd Meaner round out the field in this first race. Andrew May does get the Hard Charger Award after starting in 5th, getting up in 2nd. That will be his 3rd Hard Charger Award victory and his 2nd of the season. As we pull in these two, get a word with them. Aiden Forster, you got us?
Yes, sir.
5th win of the season, and as we get ready for the second race in the doubleheader, how can you translate this to the second race? It looked like Andrew was catching you there late. I don't know if he found something you didn't, but what do you feel like the goal is now as you try to sweep the evening?
Yeah, that was an interesting race for me at least. I had no clue where to be on the racetrack, but we're still able to come out to win, and good point.
Don't know how good that is for the field that you didn't know what you were doing and you still led every lap. So we will see what you can do as you try to get your 6th win of the season upcoming. And by the way, you just tied Andrew May's record for most consecutive wins in the QuickTime Sprint Car Series with 5. He set that record back in Season 3. So how's it feel to tie that record and have a shot at breaking it on the same night?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Never 3 years ago, we didn't think be in this position, but you know, it's pretty cool that you guys brought it back and we're able to hopefully break that record tonight, and yeah, hope we can keep it going.
Another win for Aiden Forster. You got anybody you want to thank for this first win of the evening?
Yeah, I'd like to thank SpeedShot51.com, Mac Tools, Trackside Collective, and Tanner Pettit for all the work he's put in for the setups to get us the Pro Series win this year. That meant a lot to be able to accomplish that, and can't thank him enough.
Aiden Forster, your winner of the first race of the evening. We're going to pull in Andrew May with the Hard Charger. Andrew, you got us.
Hello.
Hey, buddy. Looks like you found something there at the end as you got the Hard Charger, 5th to 2nd, which not the biggest field in the world, but that's okay.
Yeah, hey, I'll take it.
You take
it counts on the record books, right?
It does. It counts. And
okay.
Looked like you found something there at the end. Did you find anything, or was Forster just stepping over his speed a little bit?
I was just trying to get where he wasn't. You know, he was ripping the top, and I found a little bit of speed there in the middle, and I'd catch up to him, and then he'd kind of take off for a couple laps, and I'd catch back up to him, then he'd hit the wall, and then I'd catch up to him, and then he'd kind of take off. So, I don't know. I think we're pretty even speed-wise. We just both made mistakes. It was hard to keep the car straight on the straightaways because it has a high gear in it, but if you were patient on it and waited on it, it ran pretty well. It was a good race.
Yeah, and those last 20 laps, I think with 20 to go, you were sitting maybe second and a little over a second back, and he ended up finishing the thing just short of 7/10 behind him. So definitely maybe speed you can find as you get ready for the second race of the evening. And the QuickTime Award, I was excited. You got him by 1/1000th, and
Yeah.
you fumbled.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I fumbled. It has a high gear in it. It has a 567, and I'm used to 486 because that's what I run. And I just got on it, stood it straight up, and whenever I landed, I already had my wheel turned, and I was going to the tires. So it was just me being stupid. Forster did the same thing. He was just higher up on the track, so he didn't hit the tires because we were both like, "Whoa!" We pulled up off the ground.
Yeah,
it was fun. I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. I hit the tires, did a 360, and kept going, dude. I was, the 5 cars here, like anything really could happen, and it really doesn't matter because it doesn't hurt points wise,
Yeah, I never really see Andrew May make mistakes like that. So when it happens, it's something you can't let him live down for a little bit. So.
Oh, dude, it was hilarious. I was almost in tears, man. It's so stupid, but yeah, I'll figure it out. I got more laps under my belt with the higher gear, and I'll be all right.
Yeah, I was excited. Somebody else got the QuickTime award. Thought maybe you could take advantage of that in first corner. Just give it to Forster already. So.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty fast, so me being even close to him in these races means I'm doing something right. So I'll catch up to him eventually.
Maybe in the next race, we'll see. You caught up to him a little bit, so you'll have a shot in this next one. I guess we'll see. Just
hopefully, I can't let him break my record. I gotta give him a right rear or something. I don't know what I gotta do.
Yeah, I mean, one more and that's the record. So
I know.
Don't let that happen. So thank you for joining us, Andrew, and hopefully we get to talk to you a little bit later in the evening as we get ready for the second half of the doubleheader.
I hope so.
We'll see. Andrew Mann, the 31. Good to get a chance to talk to him as he finishes this thing off in P2 and the hard charger. Just a reminder, tonight's edition of the QuickTime Sprint Car Series is brought to you by SweetTCrochets. For all your crochet needs, visit SweetTCrochets on Facebook or Instagram. Here on the KBueno Racing Network for tonight's edition of the QuickTime Sprint Car Series, it's the Badger Bash doubleheader. We will be right back in about 20 minutes for the second half of this doubleheader. Stay with us here on the KBueno Racing Network. Welcome back to the Cedar Lake Speedway for the second race of tonight's doubleheader. 6 drivers have answered the call so far. I'm Keelan Belcher, joined by my friend Charlie Beyer as we get ready for our second race of the evening tonight from Cedar Lake. Charlie, we saw Aiden Forster dominate that first one. Andrew May finished second. Think anything's going to change, or will Aiden Forster beat that consecutive win streak?
Well, the way I see it, the only thing really dramatic that's changed is J.J. Hill has joined the session, and he'll be in this one. We'll see what he can add as the lights go down. But, yeah, man, I mean, we have Garrett Holsey here tonight. We have, him along with J.J. Hill, our new drivers that did race in the last race. So we'll see what they can add. But other than that, I think Forster showed a lot of strength in race number 1. One thing I'm interested to see is if Andrew May just edges them out in qualifying again to take advantage of starting in front of him if he does. But if not, we will see what happens. But I'm excited. The sun's coming down, the lights are coming on, and I'm ready to go racing again, Keelan.
Tyler No in the 14, Tyler Noe. I got corrected on that, and I still, it's just habit to say no. So, Noe in the 14 car, going to run another lap. 4th place finish in the last run. Seeing what he can do in that number 14 machine here in qualifying.
We'll see.
Third quick on the first lap. Second lap time. Not an improvement. He will hold the third spot. So we'll take a look at the lap times over here. It's an 11.601 for Jack Young. Tyler Noe did get second with 11.647. Garrett Holsey third with an 11.760. And J.J. Hill an 11.783. Andrew May, next driver out in that 31 machine.
It's just a matter of waiting to see how the qualifying laps will shake out and how the results of qualifying will set up the race entirely. We've seen drivers go from the back, especially after Andrew May's USA Roller Coasters heat accident. He got sent to the back and got himself a second place finish in the feature event. So, especially with this shorter field, it's definitely possible. He said he had a lot of fun last race, so see a bit more confidence to try to make something happen. Aiden Forster just completed his lap. We'll see where he sits.
He sits second with an 11.6. Andrew May about a half-tenth faster. That does put him with the Blaze Designs QuickTime Award. So, Andrew May, top of the board. We will see what he does in his heat, and if it goes the same as last time. Aiden Forster does edge out Jack Young with the by 1/1000th of a second for the second spot. Jack Young third, Tyler Noe, Garrett Holsey, J.J. Hill as qualifying commences.
All right, well, that's 2 quick times in a row for Andrew May. I'd like to see the gap. Keelan, if you can let us know how big the gap is or how small the gap is between first and second. I don't think it's going to be as exciting as 1/1000th of a second like last qualifying, but
yeah, it was a 11.558 for Andrew May and an 11.600 for Forster. So about 3/100ths, 3.5/100ths of a second for Andrew May. And hopefully he does not repeat what he did in that last heat with running over to tires.
I'm sure the pressure's on for Andrew to get a clean first corner in this heat race. Yeah, he's definitely wary of those tires if he wasn't already sitting kind of in the inside of the turns. But yeah, should be a good one. Andrew May up front, Aiden Forster second, Jack Young, Tyler No, Garrett Holsey, and J.J. Hill Surprised to see Aiden Kirker didn't show up again, but I suppose JJ Hill's a good replacement.
I guess. I mean, he's here. Welcome back, JJ. After missing the first one. Going to come to the green here in the USA Roller Coasters qualifier. Going to be 8 laps here. And this will set the starting lineup for the feature race. There comes JJ.
What happened about something?
Nah, just JJ Hill did not pull off very fast. I was wondering if he was there, but he's back.
Oh man, he's fun to watch.
He's definitely a driver in the field.
Well, Keelan, it looks like we got 1 lap to green here. I mean, you asked me what my expectations are, but really quickly, I mean, what are you thinking for tonight? Going into this heat race.
I don't know. I mean, can Andrew hold him off for 8 laps? That's gonna be the question. Because starting on pole is gonna be everything, and this race is gonna be a little bit shorter, the feature, than the one we just had. As they come to take the green flag, it's gonna be all about if Andrew can hold off this 20 car. Oh my goodness!
Oh man!
And he was talking about that. The gear in this big setup, 4 wide on the
4
backstretch.
wide. They're gonna make it work, and the 88 will come out on top of that. Going to the start-finish line, the 10 of Jack Young is looking to the inside. He takes second place. It's a dogfight in the middle of the field.
Yeah, 4 wide, something I haven't seen maybe ever in this series. As Andrew May slips from 1st to 4th on the first lap. He was talking about during the break about that gear and how hoppy it is when you get on the gas and how easy you have to be getting back onto it coming off the corners. And he popped a wheelie right there. We'll see if he can recover, as he is tight racing for 3rd with Garrett Holsey in that 888.
Garrett Holsey showed up and is now competing inside of the top 5. You can pretty much throw a blanket around 2nd, 3rd, and 4th is Andrew May at the tail end trying to make something happen, guys. These guys are close coming out of each car, almost looking 3 wide. See if Jack Young can hold off and get himself a front row starting spot for the feature.
Yeah, these guys getting racy up here as this is allowing Aiden Forster to pull away as he is looking for his 6th win in a row to beat that Andrew May record. Jack Young sitting back there in the 10 machine in 2nd, Garrett Holsey 3rd, Andrew May 4th, Tyler Noe in 5th, and JJ Hill rounding out the field. White flag in the air in this heat. It's all Aiden Forster as he powers it off of turn number 2 and off of 4. He is not going to start the feature on pole, as I believe he let up for Jack Young there coming to the checkered flag. Maybe he wanted to see some cars. We will take a look. I believe Forster got it. He did. By about a 2nd and 2/10 over Jack Young. As they will run some laps in this warm-up. Unless they advance. We will see what their plan is.
Alright, well, that was something.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that 3 wide, or that 4 wide, I think that's definitely going to be one of the pictures of the season there. Was them all going 4 wide, and they all made it on the other side of the corner. And, wow, that was a fun one.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. I didn't think that was going to stick, and it did, so. It stuck. That puts Jack Young in the 2nd spot. Andrew May with some work to do again, this time in 4th. Garrett Holsey, the newcomer tonight, in 3rd.
Alright, well, we got 9 minutes. Well, what's new with you?
Do what?
I said we got 9 minutes. What's new with you?
Oh, not much. I mean, since the last time we talked, you know. Still here, still QuickTiming. Wonder if we can get them to advance the session for this one. Don't know.
Yeah, I would be concerned with where our conversations would drift off to.
Yeah, just don't know what we have to talk about now. I feel like we've covered all our bases tonight. J.J. Hill has lost his top wing. As we inch closer to our second feature race of the evening. Think anybody's going to beat Aiden Forster as he comes for that record?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Even it's man. It's hard to say. Sorry, a little distracted with JJ getting absolutely clobbered. But I mean, I'd love to see someone go up there and challenge him. I mean, and all it takes is a slider, you know, on the restart or on an initial start. That's all it takes, really, just to really get Aiden kind of mixed up there and have him really fight for his spot. I'd love to see that happen, but it's just a matter of, can someone find the speed? We've got a lot of fast drivers that can do it. I know that for sure, and they're exciting drivers to watch, like Andrew and Garrett, JJ, or excuse me.
Well, JJ.
I mean, we can throw JJ.
Why not?
Throw JJ in there.
Why not?
But yeah, I mean, I hope it happens for the sake of excitement, but I'm still pretty amazed by Andrew's dominance.
Aiden's dominance. So he looks for 6 in a row
Aiden's
this evening.
dominant.
Yeah. We will see if that happens. The record still stands at 5 races. Now, Forster has tied that with Andrew May in the that record, that Season 3 record that Andrew May set, extending from Night 3 of the Gator Nationals, I believe 5 races after that, went into the Pennsylvania Nationals. Forster tied that up today after sweeping all 4 races of the Gator Nationals and the first of tonight's Badger Bash.
Good looking paint schemes here in the field.
Yeah, that Forster car always looks nice. That black and green and white. Garrett Holsey's the
Nice
black and
and
blue. I really like that lightning car that 31 has going on now. That one always looks nice.
Love to get some closer shots. I mean, we see these cars go fast. We never kind of take a chance to really admire them. This is Holsey, Garrett Holsey.
Garrett Holsey.
Yeah, that's a clean little black and blue car.
Oh yeah, it looks nice. Tyler Noe, not Tony Stewart machine.
Yeah. Trading paints, it looks like, but it's still a good looking car with a great driver that's from.
They have
I think we're
advanced.
gonna advance the session thanks to race control. Maybe Joseph Costello's up there.
Probably
Yeah,
Joe.
Keelan, we're getting ready to go racing. Yeah, probably Joe, but yeah, Keelan. Field is set. Qualifying is done. Warm-ups is done, and we're getting ready to go racing.
Feature racing from Cedar Lake for the second race of the night, 6th of the season. It'll be Aiden Forster and Jack Young bringing them to the green. Garrett Holsey, Andrew May, Tyler Noe, and J.J. Hill. "30 laps for the second Badger Bash race of the evening. Aiden Forster with another win. It would be another $10 as he won 10 on the first one. Looking to make it an even 20 with another victory. It'll be 30 laps here in our second race of the night.
20. An even 20 Keelan, and the first 6 races under his belt, including, I believe, all of the heat races he has competed in as well. So, on a hot streak, and he's fun to watch, especially kind of towards the end of last race, creeping all the way up towards the wall and banging his tires. Looked like he was having fun out there, but and trying some new things with the gap that he built. But it's fun to watch these guys. I have nothing but good things to say about, especially the cars in this field. A lot of clean and fun racers to watch. I mean, even with just 6 of them, you know, I'm perfectly happy watching them all turn laps, because they're a fun group to watch.
Yeah, a lot of good drivers, and we appreciate them making the call every evening we're racing. Majority of these guys are full-time guys, and very talented. Coming to take the green flag for the second feature race of the evening. We are underway as they are gassing it up down into turn number 1. Aiden Forster going to slide up for the race lead. He's going to be side by side with Jack Young going into the corner. Garrett Holsey 3 wide for the race lead, side by side up at turn number 4. Forster and Holsey racing hard contact. Forster's over the wall as Garrett Holsey made contact with him. The top wing is off that 20 machine. No caution. There it is. The caution is out.
Out of the park goes Aiden Forster.
Oh, and he's running into Holsey.
Down into Holsey. Oh, not the way that he wanted to start this second race of the Badger Bash.
Still not happy with Holsey. Hitting him again. And his top wing is gone. And we're going to have a new winner tonight.
Front wing as well. I mean, this just opened up the race and potentially a lot more. And still not done.
With Forster.
That will not.
We have race control in here. Anything you got to say, race control?
We're trying to figure out the situation here and get everything all sorted out here.
Love to see a replay of that. Thanks, Keelan. Oh man, it was close here, and he really gave him a hard time. Oh man, it looks like Garrett Holsey just got up into him there and knocked him out of the park. You know, opening day to baseball was this weekend. I think Aiden's taking after his favorite baseball team, maybe.
Yeah, definitely could have been cleaner about that pass, in my opinion, but that's neither here nor there.
Man, that's hard to see. That's hard to watch. A driver that dominant and a driver we've known has raced really well get taken out like that, but Garrett Holsey has disappeared from the racetrack. I think that could have been a removal from the session.
That might have been a race control call right there, and
yeah, right in front of our very eyes. Well, that leaves Jack Young to lead the field back to the green flag. Only completed 2 laps, 2 entertaining laps. Got a lot more to go with 4 cars.
Jack Young taking the green flag back out front. Tyler Noe and Andrew May side by side for the second position behind them. A new race winner will happen tonight. It's just a question of who.
Andrew May looking to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to get back Tyler Noe. Just almost clear going into turn number 3. We'll see if he's going to wrap around to the outside. He does. Side by side for second. Throw him up under a blanket. Actually, all his top 3 is racing pretty close together.
It's going to be an exciting race for the win here as May and Noe side by side. May not quite able to clear him yet as they continue to race side by side. Noe getting a run off the top on the corner, and May looks like he may have him cleared coming off this corner, and he will. And now he sets his sight on his Brent Marks sim racing teammate in Jack Young.
It's time to, yeah, you're right. It's time to set his sights forward. Approaching just a third of the way through this race. And we're going to see that gap fluctuate as we did in race number 1 as Andrew May was trying to catch Aiden Forster. Now he's looking to the rear bumper of that number 10 of Jack Young. We're going to see what happens here.
Yeah,
I
Jack,
wouldn't put it out of the picture to catch up to him.
Jack Young looking for his first career QuickTime Sprint Car Series win. It could happen tonight, as he has been close many times in this series. Andrew May, the dominant driver of this series, a 16-time winner in the QuickTime Sprint Car Series, most all-time, as he is battling it out with Tyler Noe, who has slid him for that second position. May crossing him back over. Andrew May racing hard with Tyler Noe. Noe's in the fence. Contact made right there. Definitely not intentional by any means, but the contact was made nevertheless, as May is going to get that second position back.
Racing hard because they know that this is their opportunity to grab a QuickTime Series race win after the first 5 races were dominated and won by Aiden Forster. This is their chance. They don't want it to go to waste, and they're going to race each other as hard as they can to try to put themselves in a position to catch up to Jack Young. But side by side isn't going to do them justice. Tyler Noe takes back the second spot. We'll see if he can make a charge for first.
Tyler Noe, another guy looking for that first career win in the QuickTime iRacing League, as he's in the fence. Was racing hard, trying to get that second spot away from Andrew May in the 31. And he couldn't quite get it there, as that leaves Jack Young out front in the 10 car. And Andrew May does take over second. He is ripping the bottom, trying to close the gap to his teammate halfway home here from Cedar Lake.
Nothing in between the leader and second place. It's all up to Andrew May to try to find something, anything that he can do to close the gap to the race lead. But as of right now, Jack Young just over halfway to go, and he's looking to cruise his way home.
On board with that 10 machine as he powers through the turns here at Cedar Lake. Fastest car on track right now, looking for that first QuickTime iRacing League win. He's made several starts, many starts dating back to the Season 3 season, I believe. He was a guy on a no force feedback wheel who was just ripping and actually had some pretty good runs with it. The Pennsylvania native, along with Andrew May, and his improvement while we were away is nothing short of incredible, as his setup is upgraded, everything is pretty much upgraded, and he's looking for that first win tonight.
Tyler Noe back to second place. Caught back up to Andrew May. I just don't think Andrew May has as much in him to catch up to the leader as he did last time. Tyler Noe, it makes me question, if they didn't come together, how much progress would that 14 have made to catch up to your race leader? But it's not over, Keelan. As you know, racing never ends until the final lap and until the checkered flag. He's ripping all the way to the top line, and now he's got about 8 laps to go to try to catch your race leader.
Tyler Noe, the gap 1.1 seconds. These guys slowly catching that 10 car. Question is there enough time? As now the top 2, both guys looking for their first win, wondering if May did not get some damage earlier in this race, or if maybe the changing track conditions from day to night have just hit that 31 car in a bad spot, as his speed is definitely not there from the first race of the evening. As Tyler Noe sitting at about 1.1 seconds back, 6 laps to go, might not have enough time to catch him, as it is Jack Young out front.
He raced hard for it. Took advantage of a situation where the dominant driver was taken out. Looks like,
That
based
gap
on
is closing.
based on visuals, the gap seems to be closing with just 5 laps to go. I wonder if something may have happened to the 10 car, or if the 14 is really, you can see him ripping the boards, trying everything he can with a lap car of JJ Hill just ahead.
I think Tyler Noe has found something, as he has cut it to a half-second gap as they go around the lap car of JJ Hill. It is Jack Young out front in this 10 car. 2 laps to go from Cedar Lake this next time by, looking for that first career win in that 10 car. And he's just got 2 laps to do it. 1 lap to go from Cedar Lake. Jack Young, the Asian sensation, just has half a lap to make it happen, and it looks like he will make it happen. First career win for Jack Young in the QuickTime iRacing League.
And a great opportunity turns in to a first career QuickTime Series win for Jack Young. First win in the SweetTCrochets QuickTime iRacing League. And what a way to end the weekend, Keelan. of the Badger Bash. He's going to bring it all the way to pit lane, and we're going to talk to him momentarily. Good race. Good race.
Jack Young, first career win, as we take a look at the results from this evening, and the streak is over for Aiden Forster, sadly, and that will be an incident that will definitely be looked at for the next couple hours, possibly. Jack Young, first career win in the QuickTime iRacing League. Congratulations to him. Tyler Noe in second, was running them down, just didn't have enough time. Andrew May third. J.J. Hill, Aiden Forster, and Garrett Holsey round out the pack, as we will talk to our race winner, Jack Young, in a 10 card. Jack, you got us.
Yes, sir.
First career win. You had a golden ticket opportunity when Aiden Forster and Garrett Holsey made contact, and you took advantage of it. Fastest car late in that race. Felt like you had speed that you didn't have in that first race. Talk us through it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like you said, I saw my golden opportunity when those two got tangled up. I just knew just to pace my car. Don't fall under pressure under a. Is it 1 or 2-time champion Andy is?
Andy is 2.
Yeah, I mean, when you got a guy like that behind you, you know, you kind of have some pressure. But I kind of had a line figured out there in the middle, and I just kept myself to keep calm, basically. So that's about it.
And you got it done. Tyler Noe, he was running you down. I don't know if you were paying attention to the intervals or anything, or noticed he was catching you, but he cut it down to a couple tenths, and I think he, getting around that lap car, got a little bit squirrely, and he ended up pulling away from him. So, first career win, what's it mean? This is your, well, I guess you technically got one in Season 4, but that one not in the record books, because Season 4 doesn't exist in my books. So, getting it done finally, and this one is for the records, as you get it done, make yourself $10. What's it mean, this being another full-time season for you after this is you come in Season 3 or Season 2? It was around there, maybe towards the tail end, Season 2.
3?
Yeah,
I think.
I think that's about the time you came, and you ran nearly a full season with us, 20-something races from your MS paint wheel with no force feedback, and you've come a long way since then. Your talent has improved. What does it mean to get that first win in a series where your friends Andrew May and Forster, guys like them, have been so dominant?
Yeah, I mean, it feels nice to be a part of a win list where it has a lot of talent, as you said, like Andy, Forster, just those guys. I'm pretty honored to be upon a list like that, and you know, get my first. Well, the win the win, quote unquote, I had was also in Cedar Lake, so I had a little bit of confidence going into this, but that first race, I don't know what it was. I just kept spinning my tires, so this race I just told myself just to be more easy, and I think that worked out.
Worked out pretty well for you, I'd say. As you get that first win, you want to thank.
Yeah, first and foremost, you guys for putting this on. I always enjoy races like these and memories like these. Hanging out with Andy and Forster again, just being around those guys, you learn a lot in one night just listening to those guys and just messing around, doing some tomfoolery. And I like to thank Burt Marks and him putting me and Andy on under his wing, I think a year or two ago, and just what he's done for us. So I think him and I have learned a lot just being around a group of people like Jeremy Zarfos and Jeremy Zarfos Photography. He does amazing photography around Central PA and other events around PA. Brent Sponsors, M&M Painting and Construction, Livewire Customs, High Performance Lubricants, Wolfrun Landscapes, KBueno Racing Gear, Babs Paints, and Tuna Can, Billy Rowley for making the sweet checkered pinstripe paint for me this year. And also like to thank my personal sponsors, Koi Asian Restaurant, of course, and Muddy Run Board Goats.
Congratulations, Jack, on your first win, as we get to bring in Tyler No, our second place finisher and tonight's hard charger. Tyler, you got me?
Yes, sir.
Well, how about that? First hard charger of the season, I do believe, and your best finish so far this season in the 410s. what's it mean to get it done? I know you were running down Jack, it felt like, and then you got to that lap car, JJ Hill. Looks like you got a little bit squirrely on the backstretch, and that's what cost you a shot to maybe throw a slider on the last lap. But this is your fourth hard charger, and this moves you up to second all time with your sixth overall. So that's one thing you're good at, as you're still trying to chase down that first win. How was the racing out there in that second race, and did you find any speed that you couldn't find in that first one?
Yeah, I found a lot. The first one, the top was slicked off a lot more. This one, I kind of got the top. I went out and was just kind of trying to run in the top so Forrester couldn't pull away on the top in the feature, and kind of found something in the warm-up and ran with it into the feature, and a couple driver mistakes there held me away from catching Jack, but pretty pleased with it overall.
Yeah, you put together a good run tonight in your sixth hard charger overall in the QuickTime iRacing League, and you got a knack for these things, don't you? You're pretty good at starting back and driving up front.
Yeah, there's a lot of competition. Makes it tough to qualify good, and kind of got to hope for good circumstances in the future, but kind of found it tonight.
Yeah, that's for sure. You found it tonight. You want to thank for a good run this evening.
Just thanking you guys for bringing this back. I haven't been on iRacing in months, and saw this on Instagram and figured I'd come back and get back into it.
Oh yeah, well, we're glad you're back, and we're glad we got you back into this, and we appreciate you making the call to race with us, and pretty much whatever we do, you've always been there racing with us, and it's been fun watching you progress, and I'm still waiting on you to get that first win, but I think it could come.
Yeah, hopefully we get it done.
Hopefully, I think it's a possibility. This season you're showing the speed, and if something like that happens to Forrester like it does tonight, because I don't think he's going to be perfect all year long, so I think the opportunity could be there for win, especially in those micros. You were quick in the micros, so we'll see what happens. So
yeah, get on, do a little more practice.
Oh yeah, well, that's what it takes. Practice makes perfect. That's what they say.
Right.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you for joining us tonight, Tyler, and hope to see you next week at USA.
Will do. Thanks.
Tyler Noe, our hard charger and second place finisher this evening. Last interview of the night, we're going to bring in Andrew May, our third place finisher, who got a hard charger earlier in the night. And Andrew, it was kind of dramatic up in front of you. I thought the door would be open for you to get the win, and you let your teammate run away from you. What happened?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. I think me and Noah were racing pretty hard. We were going for the same spot, and when we just hit, I think I just had right rear damage. I couldn't get a run around the top. Like he was faster than me, and I just saw him. I was like, just let him go. It's okay. I wasn't trying to crash us both and tonight for a second or even try to. I couldn't even run down Jack if I tried. My car was kind of bent, but no excuses. He won. I'm happy for him. My teammate.
Yeah, that's his first career win, technically, in the record books. So that's got to feel good for you and Brent Mark Sim Racing, and he might not let that go. That he got a win before you did this season. I don't know how he is when he does these.
I think he only needs 15 to catch me. So I got some time and some. I can sit back and relax for a couple races. I think.
Yeah, and your record,
especially
your
when.
Tagged.
Yeah, I get to save my record. Halsey, with maybe the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life, just flat out dumped Forrester, and I actually feel bad for Forrester because that's insane. Yeah. And obviously he's going to come out here and race us clean, so I'm not sure why he had to get dumped over that. I guess if you can't beat him, wreck him. But that was really dumb, and I hope that he never ever races in this league again. But it's not my call.
Yeah, it's understandable. It, at least from my perspective, didn't look like a very clean move 100%. So.
No, it was intentional for sure. I mean, if you don't think so, then I don't know what to tell you. I guess. Yeah, get the SMT data, I guess.
that's what the NASCAR folks would do. So, we'll see. Well, another third place finish. You already thanked everybody you want to thank. You want to thank them again?
I didn't thank anybody, actually.
Well, thank somebody.
You didn't even give me the opportunity in the last race, so.
Well, I figured I'd be talking to you again, so.
Well, I almost didn't, but yeah, I want to thank SweetTCrochets putting the league on. Thank you for streaming. It's not easy to do, by yourself. And now Charlie's in here with you today. You're a pretty good broadcaster, man. I think that if you kept at it, you could actually do some damage in the broadcasting world.
I don't know about that.
My dad, hey, listen, my dad says that you're better than Chase Rodman, and I'll put that out there.
Well,
so,
I appreciate that, Mr. May.
But I want to thank Brent Marks, Sim Team, Battery Boys, M&M Painting, Construction, Livewire Customs, High Performance Lubricants, Wolfram Landscapes, Jeremy Zarfos Photography, K1 Race Gear, Baps Paints, and SweetTCrochets again. So, we'll win eventually.
Hopefully.
But just try to hang on tonight.
I mean, you never know when your last win will come, so it might have already happened.
I mean, I got 2 quick times and finished like 4th out of 4 cars in a heat race, both races. So
you keep selling in the heats. First one you ran over the tires, and this one you nearly had your nose to the sky, and it cost you. So
yeah, it's rough down there with that high gear.
need to be easier on the gas. I think that's your issue.
Yeah, the thing is I tried pretty hard not to get her down, but man, she just said. Well, we were talking about these things are airplanes with wing flipped over, so it wanted to take me to, I guess, space. I'm not sure.
Might be a talent issue. I don't know.
I wanted to see the moon landing.
You do. I wonder if it happens tonight. I don't know.
I hope.
Right. Well, I'm kicking you out now.
Thank you.
All right, have a good one. Andrew May, 3rd place finisher. And this was the QuickTime iRacing League QuickTime Sprint Car Series presented by SweetTCrochets. Just a reminder tonight that tonight's broadcast on the KBueno Racing Network is brought to you by SweetTCrochets. For all your crochet needs, visit SweetTCrochets on Instagram or Facebook. Well, we had a good night of racing. Not too many cars showed up, but happy for the ones who did as they put on a good show. Congratulations to... Whoa, that's loud. Congratulations to Aiden Forster and Jack Young, tonight's race winners. And Aiden Forster got 5 in a row. Jack Young completing or ending the streak after the little bit of dramatic flair we had to begin this race. So for all of us at the KBueno Racing Network, myself, Keelan Belsha, Kenneth Bueno, the man himself, Charlie Beyer, Aiden Kirker, Francisco Bacayao, everybody else who's involved with the QuickTime iRacing League, we are thankful that you guys joined us to spend your night with us, almost 2 hours here this evening at the virtual Cedar Lake Speedway. And we will see you next week at the USA Roller Coasters Nationals from USA Speedway.